My name is Ozioma Anieto. I am the founder of Ajambele. Ajambele is a platform that shares African stories online. We started in 2017, and in 2018, we published a collection of African stories. We called it How the Monkey Got Justice. It's a collection of African fables. And in 2020, we became the only, and I believe we are still the only 3D animation company in Anambra State. Yes. And this particular year, we did not stop. We created a program for kids. We created a creative class for kids below 12. And we also now opened up our private library for kids below 12. As a student, I wasn't so brilliant. I never took the first position in class. And I never represented the school in any competition. I loved mathematics, and I was also talkative. And because of that mathematics, my father believed that I would make a very good engineer. The idea was after graduation, I would get a job in Chevron or in Shell, and then take the family away from the poverty and everything surrounding it. It didn't work like that. When he sent me to the university, I found out that I preferred writing poems to the girls, of course, to the engineering mathematics. And 16 years after I've left university, I've not applied my knowledge in thermodynamics. I still do not know what to do with what they taught me in maintenance of machine, but I still write stories. And looking at it, I believe that every story I write, because when I write stories, I share my childhood's memory, I shared my experiences, and I shared my fantasies. I believe that the man I am today was forged when I was below 12 years old. The man I am today was forged in Onitsha Library. And that is why I am here to present on the topic, to talk on a topic that says that if we want to get the Africa right, we should be more interested in what we do with our below 12 years old citizens. We should be more interested in what we do with those kids. Now, I looked at the pattern, what happened to my friends, people I met when I was 12. On the average, when I entered the Dennis Memorial Grammar School, I was 12 years old then. And most of us, on the average, we were 12, 11, 12, thereabout. And presently, all of us are in the same WhatsApp group, Old Boys Association WhatsApp group. I noticed something. Those we called professor in those days because we believed they were intelligent. Today, most of them, not all of them, are doctors. They are lawyers. They are still the flyers. People we thought we called hustlers, smart guys, fast guys. Today, these guys, most of them are outside Nigeria. They are still hustlers. In fact, one of my friends will normally say that he boosted a lot. He always thought so high of himself. Today, he's a billionaire. And the people that were not too bright at that particular point, unfortunately, are still not too bright. So there is a pattern. I strongly believe that that particular man, the men we are seeing today, we are forged before they became men. They were forged before they turned 12. That's why I pegged everything I'm saying at 12, because people I met at 12, at the end of the day, the only thing that changed was their size and maybe facial beards also. I want to tell a story about two of the friends I met in DMGS at JS1. 3 of us were in the same class. We were like 40 boys, I think. The 2 of them were outstanding. One is Enochukwu. Eno came from a family of musicians. Before he came to DMGS, Eno could play every Handel song. Eno could play Mozart. Eno could play water music. He was barely 11 at that particular point. He talked to a celebrity in DMGS. Because of that, he ended up being the music prefect. As a matter of fact, his father was the producer to the legendary Nelly Shendo, and that was Love Wantinte. Eno ended up being the music prefect in DMGS, and today, Eno is the music director in All Saints Cathedral, Onitsha. The second person is James Amuta. James came from Port Harcourt. He was a weird guy. He was kind of strange. You know, when we were still boys trying to find how to wear our shoes and wash our clothes, James was condemning his notebooks, writing stories. He told me one time that he sold the stories, that whenever he went back to Port Harcourt, he sold the stories. But it is not true. And because of that, the shared interest, I was close to James Amuta. Then in 1995, when Tupac and Biggie corrupted the whole world, James Amuta shifted from being a writer, a story writer, to becoming a rapper. You know, he started writing at a point. He made himself a part of the West Side and was busy trying to find who will be on the East Coast, so that two of them will have the Tupac and the and the Biggie feed. So I watched James Amuta grew from the writer to the rapper. And when we made it to the university, James Amuta, unfortunately, did not enter the university the time we entered. But I met him in Oka when I was in my second year, and asked James, what's up with you? And James told me that he was in showbiz, and presently a recruits model. So we sat down and we talked about our childhood, and I told James, those days you were writing stories. What happened? He said, life happened. And I want to tell you that just last month, there was this African Magic Academy Award, and the prize for the achievement in playwright, the winner was no other person but James Amuta. James, that 12-year-old boy that was writing the script, that derailed from what he was doing, at the end of the day, after over 20 years, made it to win the #1 prize in the whole of Nigeria. I strongly believe that the role of creating the child is not left for the parents alone. Environment has its own part to play. I stayed in Abuja for a while before coming back. And while in Abuja, I joined Abuja Literary Society, a very vibrant literary group in Abuja. And there I met the TEDxUgwunobamkpaRd and a whole lot of them. They shaped my life. I also met Uncle Reg at Abuja Literary Society. There, whenever a resident of Jos Plateau takes the stage to recite poem, you will know. There is something about people that we are raised in Jos. They have a way with words. They have a way in performing. When they speak, you will know that they employ metaphor at their will. And most of the time, whenever we see them, whenever they come for any competition, we are sure that these people are going to take it. And that made me understand the environment that groomed the likes of MI, Ice Prince, and the whole P-Square also, most of these entertainers. And whenever I tell them that I grew up in Onitsha, Anambra State, they always look at me as if I were naked. They believe that I should be maybe somewhere in one plaza trying to sell. But that is the environment and the role the environment plays. So looking at it, I want to tell us that if we want to get things right, we have to look at the kids. Because to me, if not that I was introduced to the library earlier on, I might end up being a trader, because that's what the environment would teach me. But the exposure to the library took away every other alternative but this particular one. Most of you may ask me what became of my 3 brothers that we are exposed to the same thing. Yes, all of us, we are exposed to the library, we are exposed to the church, we are also exposed to my father's office. My eldest brother and my youngest brother, my eldest brother is now a priest. My youngest brother is a choir master, and my immediate younger, before he left Nigeria, inherited my father's office. And all these things, I believe, happened to us before we turned 12. Before we turned 12, we were able to identify that this particular person, they pointed at me and said that this particular person cannot run this particular office. And it was settled. And they knew who and who will end up in the church. So looking at all these things, I believe that Just Plateau made a performance of his residents. I believe that before Enochukwu turned 12, he was already a musical director. That James Amuta was a playwright before he turned 12. And before I turned 12, Ajambele has been born in me. So thank you very much.